Good evening, everyone. You're watching Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali, and I'll be taking you to top news across Canada.
Auto theft. Suspects arrested while washing stolen vehicle at Hamilton car wash. Number of measles cases in Ontario near 10-year high as Peel region confirms another case. Man arrested in violent 2020 altercation on TTC streetcar, charged in another alleged incident on transit system. 2 people injured, one critically falling multi-vehicle crash in Scarborough involving a school bus. Life lapse. Class action payments of $7.86 start flowing to more than 900,000 claimants. Police concerned there may be more victims after suspect charged in robbery sex assault.
Those were the headlines, and now let's look into the details.
Canadians who applied to be part of a class action lawsuit against Life Labs Inc. are now receiving checks and e-transfers. KPMG, which is administering the claim, says on the class action website that more than 900,000 valid claims were received. Given the large number of valid claims, KPMG says claimants will receive an e-transfer of $7.86. Those receiving a check will get $5.86 after deducting a $2 processing fee. The class action was launched against Life Labs after 2019 data breach allowed hackers to access the personal information of up to 15 million customers. An Ontario court approved a total Canada-wide settlement of up to $9.8 million. Life Labs has said most of the affected customers were in Ontario and British Columbia. In 2020, the BC and Ontario Privacy Commissioners ordered Life Labs to improve how it safeguards personal health information and to collect less of it from customers. The payments are significantly smaller than what many claimants had been expecting. When the class action settlement was approved last fall, potential claimants were told they would be eligible to receive about $50 up to maximum of $150, though legal fees and taxes would be deducted. The precise amount, however, would be determined based on how many claims were filed. A Life Labs spokesperson said in an email, "The company will continue to work to protect itself against cybercrime and is committed to becoming a global leader in protecting personal health information and healthcare data." The same man who was arrested in violent altercation on Toronto streetcar in 2020 has been charged for allegedly assaulting patrons at Spadina Station while on probation last week. The man was arrested on Wednesday morning, Toronto police confirmed to Awaz News. He's facing 2 counts of assault with a weapon, 1 count of possession of a weapon, 1 count of mischief, and 1 count of breach of probation. Police confirmed the accused is the same individual who was arrested on the 501 streetcar in February 2020 in the altercation captured on video and later circulated on social media, sparking public backlash from both residents and officials. In the weeks that followed, the man pleaded guilty to the 2 counts of assault in relation to the incident, and the Toronto Transit Commission launched an independent investigation conducted by Reuben Tomlinson LLP into the constable's conduct. They were fired in 2021 at the recommendation of the workplace investigators, who found they had employed unnecessary and unauthorized force, and that they had been influenced by discriminatory assumptions about the passengers' mental health. 3 years later, the constables are amid ongoing arbitration to regain their positions. In light of the charges late Wednesday, the union representing the 2 special constables fired for their role in the 2020 incident is claiming the commission has prioritized public opinion over safety in the subsequent proceedings. Interim President Tom Somis wrote in the statement that the TTC sought to overturn the man's 2020 conviction along with the court-imposed condition on his ridership, limiting his use of the transit system. 4.5 years later, the TTC has chosen to spend tax dollars to defend the actions of the accused while turning its back on the special constables who were assaulted by him, Somis said. The TTC constantly reiterates that safety is paramount in everything we do, but their actions speak otherwise. When reached for comment, the TTC said the decision to fire the constables was in line with recommendations outlined in the workplace investigation, and that the directive to overturn the man's conviction was first outlined in a letter from the municipal ombudsman. The accused in Wednesday's assault investigation was scheduled to appear in court on May 13. The charges laid on him have not been tested. Toronto's mayor said she decided not to attend a city hall ceremony marking Israel's National Day on Tuesday because an event where the Israeli flag is raised is currently divisive due to the war in Gaza. Olivia Chow told reporters it was pretty clear the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas had caused deep fissures in the city, citing waves of demonstrations since the violence began on October 7th. In a statement early this month, Chow acknowledged the pain and anguish many Torontonians are feeling over the war in Gaza and called for an immediate ceasefire and the return of all hostages held by Hamas. Chow noted Tuesday that Toronto's mayor does not decide which flags are flown at the City Hall events, and such requests are approved by protocol office following public submissions. She said she also doesn't typically go to the flag ceremonies because they are so frequent. May 14 marks the anniversary of the day in 1948 when the State of Israel was proclaimed, an event often recognized in ceremonies around the world. But Israel's war in Gaza has brought added scrutiny to the anniversary this year, including in Ottawa, where an Israeli flag was also flying above City Hall, but there was no public ceremony to mark the occasion after officials raised concerns about a risk to public safety. Palestinians mark the day of Israel's founding as the Nakba, Arabic for catastrophe. It's an event that is at the core of their national struggle when some 700,000 Palestinians, the majority of the pre-war population, fled or were driven from their homes before and during 1948 war that followed Israel's establishment. On Tuesday, there was an Israeli flag-raising event at Ontario Legislature as well. Solicitor General Michael Kernsner addressed the crowd, as did Stephen Blaise from the Liberal Party. A handful of pro-Palestinian protesters showed up and chanted in front of a line of police officers, but the event ended without issue. In a statement on Tuesday, Ontario Premier Doug Ford, who was at an unrelated event elsewhere in the province, said he was joining the celebrations. As we pray for peace in the region, I want to send my best wishes to everyone celebrating Israel's Independence Day, he wrote. Toronto police have charged a suspect in connection with a string of incidents involving alleged robbery, sexual assault, and indecent acts. The first incident took place on May 6th at a laundromat in the area of Marley and Whitmore Avenues. According to police, the suspect engaged in an indecent act and then sexually assaulted a stranger before fleeing the area. Then on May 7th, police said the same suspect entered a downtown building near Queen Street East and Yonge Street and got into an elevator with someone. Police said he then committed an indecent act toward the victim while in the elevator. The victim fled the elevator and called police before the suspect ran away. Police said the same suspect was on TDC streetcar several days later on May 10th when he allegedly assaulted a 17-year-old girl and snatched a cell phone from her hand. The most recent incident occurred on May 11th when an elderly woman was exiting the lobby of a residential building in the Brant Street and Camden Street area downtown. Police said the suspect knocked the victim to the ground and stole her phone before fleeing the area. Police released a photo of the suspect on Tuesday and said they are concerned that there may be more victims. They said the 28-year-old David Hunt Green of Toronto has been charged with sexual assault, 2 counts of indecent acts, robbery, 6 counts of breach of probation, theft under $5,000, and 2 counts of possession of property obtained by crime under $5,000. He was also charged with failing to comply with Christopher's law. The law requires those convicted of sex offense or found not criminally responsible of sex offense due to a mental disorder to register in person at their local police station after being released. Police are asking anyone with further information to contact investigators. Health officials in Peel region have confirmed a Mississauga has contracted measles as the total number of cases in the province approaches a 10-year high. In news release on Tuesday, Peel Public Health confirmed its second case of measles this year. Officials did not disclose how the man got infected but provided locations where the public may have been exposed. Those who were at Silver Creek Convenience and Healthcare Medical Clinic on May 10 between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m., as well as Trillium Health Partners, Mississauga Site Emergency Room at 9:15 a.m. on May 10th and 6:15 p.m. on May 11th, are being advised to contact Peel Public Health at 905-799-7700 immediately. Officials warn that measles spreads easily to those who are not immunized or have not previously had measles. Infants, immunized, pregnant individuals, and people with weakened immune systems are especially at risk. Symptoms which begin 7 to 21 days after infection include high fever, cough, runny nose, red and watery eyes with sensitivity to light, and a red rash that lasts 4 to 7 days. According to Public Health Ontario, more than half of this year's cases were found in children. All but one of the 13 children who got the virus were unimmunized, and the vaccination status of the one child was unknown. PHO said 5 children were hospitalized, including one who had to be admitted to intensive care. No deaths have been reported. As for the adult cases, 3 were previously immunized, 2 were unimmunized, and 3 had unknown status. Of the 21 cases, 15 were associated with travel, 5 were linked to the confirmed case, and 1 with an unknown source of infection. In Ontario, measles has been rare owing to successful elimination of measles in Canada due to high immunization coverage. As a result, measles cases are usually associated with travel, PHO said. Due to an increase in measles activity globally, Ontario has begun to see more cases of measles. Between January 1st and May 4th, 913 people were tested to acute measles and 2.2% were positive. In Canada, there have been 69 confirmed measles cases as of April 27th. 2 people have been injured, one critically in multi-vehicle collision involving a school bus in Scarborough. The crash happened just before 11 a.m. in the Cliffside area near Midland Avenue and Kingston Road. Police say that 2 vehicles were involved in the initial collision and that one of them subsequently rolled over and hit a school bus. No children were on the school bus at the time. Toronto paramedics said that they transported 2 patients to the hospital, an adult female with life-threatening injuries and adult male with serious injuries. Currently, the westbound lanes of Kingston Road are closed from Cheney Drive to Midland Avenue, and police are asking drivers to use alternate routes. 2 auto theft suspects in Hamilton may have thought they had made a clean getaway but were caught at a local car wash. Officers from Hamilton Police Service said that on May 5th, they saw a male driving a stolen vehicle near Campbell and Grosvenor Avenues. He was transporting a female passenger, they said. Police said that the driver then pulled into a self-serve car wash near Main and Prospect Streets, exited the vehicle and began to wash it, while the female remained inside. Officers approached the vehicle and arrested both suspects without incident. A subsequent search of a black crossbody satchel on the male suspect allegedly yielded 42.15 grams of meth, 11.37 grams of fentanyl, 27 dilaudid pills, and $610 in Canadian currency in various denominations. The female suspect was also allegedly found to be in possession of a small quantity of fentanyl, 33.09 grams of cocaine, 6 clonazepam pills, and $660 in Canadian currency, also in various denominations. Police said that 2 throwing knives were also seized following a search of the vehicle. Kyle Hunt, 34 of Hamilton, has been charged with 1 count of each of possession of property obtained by crime over $5,000, operation while prohibited, possession for the purpose schedule, fentanyl possession for the purpose schedule, methamphetamine possession for the purpose schedule, dilaudid, and proceeds of crime under $5,000, possesses prohibited weapon, and 4 counts of failed to comply probation. Olivia Putignano, 32, also of Hamilton, has been charged with occupant of motor vehicle without consent, possession for the purpose schedule, cocaine possession for the purpose schedule, fentanyl possession for the purpose schedule, clonazepam, proceeds of crime under $5,000, and possession over $5,000. Anyone with the further information is asked to contact Hamilton Police or Crime Stoppers anonymously.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.